start off with a bang. Hey, I don't know if I will get anybody on here. This is totally impromptu, but I figured I would get a live going because my box came tonight. And I have a few minutes before my family comes home, so this is going to be really quick. Oh, there it goes again. Okay. I don't have my proper tripod, can you tell? Okay, I'm going to try not to hit that again. I'm going to run and get my box. Ta-da! My box has arrived, and it was a big surprise when I got home this evening. So I thought, what better way to end the day by an impromptu live unboxing. In the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator world, we call this a BBB, and I was like, what in the world is a BBB? But, hi Missy! Missy had a harrowing day. I've been praying for Missy. A BBB is a big brown box, which is kind of cool because we were so sad when our close to my heart pizza boxes were gone, right? When they were all done. We still have some of those around, I'm sure. But a BBB, a big brown box. So it has arrived, and I'm super thankful because I was not home, and it didn't get rained on or anything, so awesome. So I have loaded up with some goodies, and I can chat about those things. In here, there are some online exclusives. I just did a blog post on that, so if you have not seen it, you could go to simplyscraphappy.com and check it out. Trying to learn the new lingo and explain it to you guys. How in the world does Stampin' Up! Work? And it's a lot to learn, right? This is a big learning year. So I can give you guys an update about that too. My review on my first year, but let's peek in and see what's happening here. So all kinds of goodies. Woohoo! They always give us these big bubble wrap sheets that I pass on to people who need them. So if you need packing bubbles, this is my box. Oh, that's to cheer me up on a rainy day. Okay, so the first thing that is popping out to me is this. These are my Stampin' Write markers. These are the subtles. So I am still learning. I don't have them memorized, but we're going to talk about this at retreat. But we have the tremendous joy with Stampin' Up! Of getting back to color families, which Close to My Heart used to do and went away from, and I missed them. And so I love the color families. I'm very happy with that. And everyone should kind of look at those and see what should I gravitate towards, like what grouping is most me. Because if you want to get a few supplies, you want them to all coordinate, you just zero in on one color family to start. So I did that, and I picked the neutrals. Neutrals with Stampin' Up! Are like not just brown and black. Neutrals with Stampin' Up! Have moonlight, misty moonlight. They have a blackberry bliss. They have like beautiful deeper tones, not jewel tones though. They're like more subtle. So those neutrals were my go-to, and now I'm ready to branch into the next one. And so I picked subtles. Even though I think it's not my second one, I picked it because it's so much different than my dark neutrals. My neutrals are very, very dark so that they can be kind of, not jump out. And I figured I need something really on the other side of it. So I'm going for subtles next. And plus it's spring. And look at all these beautiful spring colors. Okay, so here we go. In the neutrals, no, sorry, did I go again? In the subtles, we have, oh, I can never find the list. It's on the markers. Maybe I won't read them off. I'll save that for later. I will not read them off. But there's a beautiful pink, peach, lemon, light green, little bit deeper green, two kind of minty color blues, a nice deep, what was that called in ours? It looks like sorbet from close to my heart. And then a light pink and a light purple and a deeper purple. But they're all still light purples, like a really pale lavender, lilac, and a lavender. Okay, let's move on. I gotta keep this quick anyway. Okay, the next thing I grabbed, I think these were on the last chance. These are gorgeous. These are called paper butterfly accents. They are the laser cut. They're gonna pop right out of there, and you can just touch them a little bit to get them to stay, like to stand up on your card. So those are beautiful. Paper butterfly accents. Very nice. There's 40 of those in there. Do you think I need 40 butterflies? I think I can share butterflies. Look at that. That is fun. Okay, next we have dies. We have Nested Friends dies. Let's open this up and see what we've got here. Nested Friends. Now, did I order anything to go with that? No, I think it's just Nested Friends. Okay. So, I've been looking at the cards. And hi, whoever just jumped on. I see a couple more people. Hello. I've been going live only on my business page because I really do need to expand and reach more people than maybe are paying attention to the group sometimes. So, I decided tonight this is just for you guys. I didn't feel like being on. I can download it later if I want to put on YouTube, but I just did not want to be with the whole world on my public page. So this is just for you, Simpliscraphappy Community. So thank you for jumping on. And please say hi if you're there. Say hello, and let me know you're there. Okay. Nested Friends dies. So, oh, this is this one. It's so pretty. I think this might have been on unless it said Stampiganza. Sale-a-Bration. That's what it is. If you can see this, it has birds and nests and a tree. See all that? Tree branch. I just thought that was gorgeous. And I believe that was on clearance. It was just so pretty with all the leaves and whatnot. And I believe those are 3 eggs. Oh, it's got 3 little eggs to tuck in the nest. That is beautiful. Does anyone else struggle with these? If you have the dice, does anyone else struggle with these like I do? I don't see who's there. I think it's Pat. Maybe Pat's here. Say hello if you're on there. Hi, Renee, if you're on there. I think I'm starting to see some names, but it's hard. Facebook Live is always weird. I can never get these to close. These new... Okay. Moving on. Okay, then I have something fancy. And... oh my goodness, I bought a lot of dies. Nested Essentials. Yeah. And then Unbounded Love. So I went for it. I probably need to give some of these away, but there will be fun giveaways at the retreat. So awesome. Hello, Pat. Hello, Mary. Somebody actually was brave to give me a comment. Thank you so much for joining us. This is fun. I just got my new box. And I just love seeing what's what. So we have Nested Essentials dies. And this is what I was really after on this order for, you know, I'm slowly building up a little bit. Hi, Pat. She is watching. I'm slowly building up a little bit of Stampin' Up! Inventory. And obviously everything I have is close to my heart. And I will be able to be blessing and give that away and do little prizes here and there. So... one of the things I thought was the most useful for me to start to try to move into with the Stampin' Up! Stuff is the die cuts, because it's just, it adds so much to the front of a card, of course with scrapbooking as well, but you know, I always just cut a 2x2 square and stamp on it, or a 3x3, or whatever you're putting on the front of your card, 2x3, and I keep seeing that the dies just make it so much more beautiful. So this one is called Nested Essentials, and this is what I was looking into. I was trying to just get some basic shapes, so then like if I hold a workshop, you know, I can just cut a bunch of these out. You guys can benefit from them too, but I can use them on the front of my cards. So you'll see this is all kinds of sizes. They're really generous. I know they're like a bit pricey, but you get a lot of dies. So these are die cuts. You can see all the different sizes there, which can be matched together to make an outline, like a frame, or you just use them singly. And you'll see what I like about the die cuts. I'm going to try to pull this banner one off. You can see how like beautiful piece this would be on the front of a card. Just such a beautiful way to add an accent. But of course I can cut this myself, right, with scissors or the paper trimmer. But I don't know if you can see there is a dotted edge. So each one has a little bit of a different one. So that's not a chevron, but whatever that shape is, does anyone know the name of that shape? I have no clue. I don't know what you call this shape. It's not a diamond. It's something. A badge? A banner? I don't know. If you guys have a suggestion, let me know what that shape is called. I have no clue. But that one has like a little kind of a braided edge. So when you cut it out, yes, it cuts the shape, but then it also leaves a little braided edge on it. It has like a decorative border. And I just think it's very classy and beautiful. So that's why I bought these. And I'm noticing now that I have them in my hand that they're all different. So that one is almost like a cord edge. And this one is two like hash lines. So it looks like sewing. It looks like it was double stitched around the outside. And then the rectangle, or what would you call this? A rectangle with a rounded corner. This shape. There's a whole bunch of sizes of those, right, too. So it looks like I get 1, 2, 3, 4 of each size. So there's 12 dies here. This one has little dots. So it just has like little piercing dots around the edge. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know they were all different. I like that. Okay. Next set of dies. I'm going to put that away and keep going. Next one. Something fancy dies. Okay. Can't get it open. There we go. Let's see what we have for something fancy dies. What? Missy says it's a square. It's a squishy square. Pat has no idea. Oh. It's kind of like a squishy square. I'll give you that. Okay, moving on. This is the Something Fancy, and I got these because they're like tags. So this is the way I can cut here. And look at all the different ones. They stack them inside each other, so you can't really see how much you're getting there. But there is a hexagon. I don't know if that's a pure hexagon or if it's a little elongated. There are these beautiful accents, which I can't wait to try these. I think they tuck in the corners of these things. There's these leaves on here. Can you see? There's like leaves and flowers that you add to the shape, it looks like. And then there's some other banners, and then there's like a little like a spot just for like a journaling strip. Hi, Amy. Thank you for jumping on. I'm doing my unboxing and trying to learn about all the new Stampin' Up stuff. Okay, so that's Something Fancy dies, and then more die cuts. So now we have Irresistible Blooms. If you are watching, tell me, do you think that you would participate if I did a sketch challenge in the group? Would that be something that would get you crafting? Because that could be super fun. And I can do some giveaways and get you guys going with some fun product. I definitely have things to share. I have a ton of close to my heart, beautiful things to share. And then I have new Stampin' Up product too. I don't mind doing giveaways if you guys want to participate. I just want to get you crafting. This one was pretty stunning. I thought this was beautiful. This is Irresistible Blooms. And again, it's kind of hard to see when you see the outline, but do you see there's like this is almost like bamboo, like a bamboo wall. And then there's this gorgeous circle that's made very geometrically as well. And look at these, all these different leaf shapes. So some of them you can see they have embossing and the cut, which is just so pretty. So that's Irresistible Blooms. I have one more set of dies, and then I'll show you what I got for my freebies. Because it was Sale-a-Bration. A dove. Yes, I see a dove too. sketch project at the retreat. Yes, we will. I'm sure we will do so much fun crafting at the retreat. We're going to have some fun with that. But yeah, it is fun to follow those sketches. And so here again, I did the basic shapes. Unbounded Love. You will see all kinds of shapes, and almost all of these, yeah, every single one of these has a fancy edge like I was talking about. So they call them Stampin' Cut and Emboss, which is a lot of mouthful for me, but we call them thin cuts, right? But these are Stampin' Cut and Emboss, so it's kind of layered. So what they're trying to tell you is there's embossing that happens on the item as well as cutting it out. So it's a little extra. It's not just a shape. It's going to give you some detail around the edge of the shape or in the middle of the shape, as you see with these leaves. See how the leaves, you're not just getting an outline of that leaf, right? You're getting a lot of detail in the die itself because it's embossing while it cuts. So I just had to have these shapes. I just had to try these out and get going with some beautiful accents for our cards or scrapbooking. Oh, I'm super happy. Okay. I didn't remember that I bought so many, but there you go. All right. So we get little incentives, you know, and it just worked out. It just worked out well for me. So I ordered a little bit more. Once you, in the current system, once you get up to $150 order, or it might start before then. I can't remember if it starts at 100, but I didn't learn this system because we're switching. So I'm going to teach you guys the new system, which is coming in the middle of April. I believe April 15th or April 14th. It starts the new system where everyone gets rewards. Every $20 order or more, you start earning rewards. So it's kind of like our old VIP. You don't have to buy into it though. Everyone gets rewards and you can save, I think it's 10%, and you can save those bucks up for future orders. So that's why I didn't tell you this one. I don't even understand it myself. I just know that if I place a little bit bigger order, it starts to say, you have Stampin' rewards, and I can just pick stuff. So that's why I kept getting more stuff when I was doing my order for retreat. Okay, we have Soft Waves embossing folder. You can see what that looks like. And it's just beautiful when you see it done as a background. So I loved this. You know, you can see the embossing is on both sides. So it doesn't say 3D. Oh, yes, it does. Yeah, it's a 3D folder because both sides are pushing in and you get a lot of, you get deeper cuts and less deep cuts, if that makes sense. You get a lot of texture, a lot of volume there. So there you go. That is my embossing folder called Soft Waves. I think all these things are still available online. Oh, this is a fun one. This is going to be fun. Okay, these could go together. Take your pick. I got to explain that. But let's show you the next thing. So this is a stamp set that was available for Sale-a-Bration. Pat thinks it's gorgeous. I do too. I can't wait to see see it done. We'll have lots to play with at the retreat, right? And we'll try to include you guys from home too, if you can't come to the retreat this time. Okay, so the reason I picked this was a Corner in Bloom. It was absolutely free with my order through Sale-a-Bration, which ended the end of February. And the Corner in Bloom I chose because it is a polymer stamp set. I do like both. I like the red rubber as well. Of course, these are easier to line up. But the reason I picked this is because you can put it together to make any size, well, not any size, but you can do a rectangle. Try to follow me here. This is a really bad way to teach this, but I'm never going to get my stamps out, so I got to show you with my fingers. You have a corner stamp, right? If you line it up tip to tip this way, you're going to have a rectangle. But the way they designed this, if you line it up this way, so the tips are on the end, like you move it, it's not up here, but it's on end to end, it makes a square. Genius. Absolutely genius. So these are the corners, and of course you can just use them as a corner, but you can also put them together to make a variety of rectangles or squares. I think that was super smart. Okay. Corner in Bloom. Totally free stamp set with Sale-a-Bration. Okay, and that happens every year. Don't worry, we'll get used to it and do it every year. I also stocked up on some of our envelopes because I know people need those. That is one of the items I'm allowed to carry on cash and carry. If you need envelopes, I'm allowed to, you know, break those up and sell them in pieces or whatever works. And I got a bunch of paper here. I got catalogs for everybody. So everyone who is coming to retreat is going to get our current seasonal catalog, January to April. So that's going to be fun. You'll each get one of those. And if you are not attending retreat, I do have a few extra. So let me know if you need one and I'll meet up with you. Okay, now we have these. Now we are going to do these so much to celebrate. I think we're going to do this as a craft at retreat. It's really hard to show you, but they look like this. I don't know how much you're going to see. Probably it looks all washed out, but they're really pretty cards. And so to start off our weekend, I'm going to share kits with everybody so we can do that. And let's go into the paper. And then I'll save, I'm not going to show you every sheet. That would just take so long. And I'll save the surprise boxes for a little break, okay? So, you know that Stampin' Up! Has 6x6 as well as 12x12. I don't know if you know, but their regular cardstock was dyed all the way through, and it was really thick and like fibrous compared to ours, and in a way you could say that's better quality. I struggle with it because I'm used to the other. So they both have our old Close to My Heart paper, the two-tone with the white core, a little thinner. It's a little bit more pliable. That has its advantages too, right? So Stampin' Up! Lovingly took us under their wing and is offering both from here on out, I guess, as long as they can afford it, which I think it's very popular already. They've been introducing the tone-on-tone, two-tone cardstock with a white core, in little bits, and in the April catalog, the new annual catalog that comes out in April, we're going to have every color in two-tone. So that's pretty awesome. And we're still having their old cardstock, the thick dyed through cardstock. So nobody loses out. Everybody wins. I think it's super nice. And so that's just a little tip for you. Another thing is they brought over our white daisy, and I believe it's going to be called Whisper White, but don't quote me. Their regular white paper was not very white. It was a little ivory. You know how there's a million different whites at the paint store? It's like that. Our white daisy was what I would call a true white, and their regular white was quite towards the cream side, much more towards our ivory. So they brought our paper. They brought our white daisy over, which is also so nice. I can't believe they're doing that. But anyway, wonderful. So another thing that's different is the packs are called DSPs, Designer Series Paper. And we get a lot of them that are just available in 6x6 because remember, they were primarily a card making company. Not that you can't use these on bigger things, of course you can. But we do have the fun of like getting a lot of sheets, so you can see how thick this pad is. It doesn't look fat when I hold it up to the camera, but it's really thick. See that? I think it's 40 sheets. Yeah, these are 40. So it gives you like a whole stack, but they're more similar. And then these are kind of what they do. Most of these I don't know if I can say most. There's definitely some of these 6x6 packs that are more basics. Okay, so this is more this is the subtles, and it goes with my thing, so I can start to build up my inventory to match. You know, I don't want things that don't match. The whole point of these beautiful companies is that it matches. So with my subtle markers, I can Stampin' Write, so I can use these on the rubber stamps. You can't do it with the clear stamps, but the red rubber stamps, you can write on them, which is why it's called Stampin' Write. And it's like an ink pad. So you can take your stamp, you can do different colors, you just sit there coloring all in the rubber or a single color, you stamp with it, and you have like an ability to stamp without a stamp pad, which is really cool. So there's the subtles, and here's the subtles designer series paper that goes with it. So this is kind of like their basics. And you can see there's designs that repeat all the way through in the different colors. This kind of gives you a view of it. And then the backs are more plain, even more plain than that. See the backs? You can not really see it. It's something will look prettier in person. But they have like really delicate designs like that. Can you see it? Or you can't even. You probably can't. It's tiny, it's little pinstripes. There you go. Okay. So that's the Subtles paper pack. It kind of gives you an idea of what those little 6x6 packs are like. And then I have all these. All these paper packs to show you. Okay. So I'm going to pull out the cardstock, then we're going to do the secret. Okay, so the secret product here, the little surprise that I have for you, I will pull out as soon as we look at the cardstock. And then I'll show you, at the end, I will show you the paper sweets that I bought. Okay, so 1, 2, here's something different as well that we're not used to over here in close to my heartland. We had zip strips. We don't have zip strips here. Of course, it wasn't on cardstock anyway, but our zip strips, you know, told us, you know, every bag, every kit, you could tell the colors, so you knew how to grab, you know, whatever matching supplies or ink. And I thought at first we didn't really have that, but it is in these packs. It's just not on a zip strip. So on the back of every pack of paper, of course, the big change too, this is shrink wrapped. There's no zippy bag, so I have those. I can show you guys. It's actually, I'll try to link it below after. I have an Amazon list now, and I do get a little tiny benefit if you guys order through my Amazon link. So I have found really nice quality paper storage things that are really economical but wonderful, and I can recommend those to you after searching and searching. You know, it might help you figure out which ones are the best. So if you need paper storage, I have a lot of different envelopes that I have found that will help you out. Some filing systems and some envelopes. And that's what you have to do, because as soon as I open this, this is not protected anymore. So you're going to have to store it somehow. And the first bunches here are just me getting the cardstock, because I just don't have a lot of Stampin' Up! Colors. And so I picked up all the ones that were on the last chance sale. So if you go online right now and you're thinking of placing an order, if you go to, I think it's still called Last Chance. I think I'm using the right words. You can find those things that are clearance prices. And so these packs, I'm pretty sure they were $7, which is really, really cheap for a pack of cardstock. So these are all the two-tone, and there's a whole bunch of different colors, and I'm going to need to sort them and find out, are any of them matching my subtle papers? I don't know. I just bought ones that were on sale. So this collection is Everyday You and Me, and on the back it tells me Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, and Very Vanilla. That's what I got in that one. This one is Wildflower Celebrations, and I have that pack of paper from a class that I did. So this is the coordinating cardstock with Wildflower Celebrations. It has Blueberry Bushel, Old Olive, Peach Pie, Pool Party, Pretty in Pink, and Soft Seafoam. I bet this is a lot of matches to the Subtles. I'm guessing. Not sure, but it kind of sounds like it. I bought this pack. This pack was from Snow Day, and it includes Early Espresso, Garden Green, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Poppy Parade. So it has the reds and greens because it was some of the Christmas stuff. And then this one, two more. Autumn to Remember is this pack, and it includes Cajun Craze. I bet that's that one. Pretty sure that's that cool brown. Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, and Petal Pink. All right. And one more cardstock, and then we do the fun surprise item. Reindeer Memories. So Reindeer Memories also had a clearance pack, and in this one we get Early Espresso But they all have early espresso. Maybe I should open one and show you guys early espresso. I got that several times, I think. Garden green, granny apple green, pecan pie. We heard that several times too, didn't we? And real red. So this is obviously Stampin' Up's real red, which is, it's a beautiful true red. That is gorgeous. On my phone, it looks a little lighter. It is not light. It is a beautiful true red. And I'm going to open this last cardstock so you guys can see what it's like. And remember, we get the tone and tone on the inside. So here is real red. And then there's the lighter tone. See that? So the back of real red is the lighter color. I don't want to get anything on these. It looks like this one is 4 sheets of each. Okay, perfect. I believe this is pecan pie. Looks like it's 2 sheets of that. So you get the lighter version. Granny apple green. There's the lighter side. I don't remember, but we do have this sheet. Remember, there's always like a thick sheet to protect the paper on the back, and it does have the colors, so I forgot already. Garden green. Garden green is like this. It's a lot like our pine colors were. Very similar to that. And there's the lighter shade. And early espresso. Okay, so early espresso is like probably my new favorite color. I didn't realize how pretty this is, but this is like kind of just like dark chocolate is what it is. That is absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't look like much in my gray room, but that is a beautiful deep brown. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I'm glad I got lots of early espresso because I really like that basic color. I believe it's from my neutrals, so I do have the markers and some matching products to go with that, which is great. All right, we're gonna jump over and do the surprise item and show you guys something. This is just a new thing I'm learning about, and I'm kind of excited about it. And then I will go into these 4 paper suites, and then we'll call it a night. So this is the take your pick. Okay, so this is a little set of things I'm just learning about, and I probably don't need like some of the options because the take your pick is like a tool that has different ends to it. We'll find out, but you know, I might not need all of these, but I gotta show you the reason I got it. Okay, so here's the take your pick tool. And the reason it's called take your pick is because, well, for a few reasons, but you can pick which end to use. It has multiple different ends. And it might be called that too because you can pick up things and you can pick out things. You can use it as a little picking tool. So I don't even know what all these are. Honestly, I'm going to need to look into this. I got it for one certain reason, but I have to tell you, I'm really impressed with the handle so far. This is grippy, soft, wonderful, and it hits in my hand like really, really nice and heavy. I like that a lot. Here we have like a tiny spatula end. So that would be really good for like placing my stickers and whatnot. Like you put a little embellishment or a sticker on the end and then you use it to lay on your item exactly where you want it. That's great. These caps fit beautiful on here. They fit beautifully in. It looks like they, oh my goodness, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, looks like they screw in. Oh, I learned about this and now I can't remember what it is. If it's a tiny eraser or what it is. This is this end that comes with it. I don't even know what it is. We'll get back to you on that. It looks like a miniature eraser, but I don't think it's for erasing. That's a really good question. It's something I need to look into. Then there's all these ends to it that came with it. The original pack comes with more than I thought. So there are 2 piercing ends. So this is a, that's not what I'm saying. scoring. These are scoring ends, embossing tool that you can use for scoring, or there's a thinner one and a thicker one, so you can score along a ruler and have a scored edge. And then I don't know what this is again. This is the same thing with the pull up, with the twist up top, and I don't understand what it is. So I will get back to you. I need to watch a YouTube video. But the reason I got this is because I was totally smitten when I saw it being used with die cuts. So this is an expansion to the Take Your Pick set called the Take Your Pick Die Brush Tip. And it comes with the tip, but it comes with these foam pads. And when you have a die cut that has all the little pieces in it, something detailed, it is so hard, as we all know, to get rid of all that stuff. And when I saw someone use this, I was like, oh my, we need to get that. So this brush is, this is interchangeable heads, so I can take off one of these ends of my Take Your Pick. How do I do it? I gotta learn how to do it. I think I just pull it out like that. And then I screw the new one in, and this is a brush end. See that? And I was watching a video, and I saw the girl use this, and I was like, wow, stop the truck. Hi, Patty. Thanks for jumping on, honey. We're checking out the Take Your Pick brush end that is a little expansion to the Take Your Pick tool. So you lie down your die cut. See, these pads come with it, and you lie your die cut on there. If it's an intricate die cut where it has all those little things that are difficult to pick out, okay, in the past, this is what I would have to do. I would have to take my little needle or piercing tool and like pull them all out, weeding, like you weed the extra out. And some of them were terrible. And then I saw this on a video when I was watching a card making demo. And I was like, stop it, I have to have this. So that's why I got it, so I can show you all how it works. So you just lay your die cut on the foam, and these brushes go over it, and you just like that. And the pieces all come off into here. It's just a roller brush, but it's a time saver. So I'm looking forward to trying that and seeing how it works. We'll have to cut out some intricate things, right? But that's your Take Your Pick tool. It has all these different ends to it, and then the expansion pack with the brush and the foam for die cutting. All right, so that's my little surprise item. And now we have, I'm going to come a little bit closer. We have 4 different paper sweets. This first one, I believe, is new from the online exclusive. So there's new products that pop up all throughout the year that aren't in a catalog, just to keep things fresh and fun. And so we just recently had an online exclusives that went live yesterday to customers. And I was able to, as a demonstrator, order it a little bit ahead. And you're able to do that too if you want to join my team. And if you're curious at all about joining up, you would get a nice discount, you get so much support and help, and you also get the ability to order things early and get sneak peeks, right? So I'm going to come up close and show you guys these papers. All right, so this is from the new online exclusives. This is Botanical Textures. I'm a simple kind of girl, as we know, Simply Scrap Happy. So I love these because you're going to see they are all monochromatic, all black and white, but really not, because there's all these grays and everything in there. So we have the leaves, the first one here, and then the back of that. Look at this. Woo! See it? It's like all watercolor. Then we have a smaller leaf with a darker background. And the back of that one is this. Almost looks like trees, doesn't it? We have tiny leaves. The back of that one is almost a wood green, like a charcoal. Then we have another set of leaves, a little bit larger size, but little outline. The back of that is this awesome swirl that looks like marble or stone. This one, really larger leaves. And the back of that is very similar to the first one, but darker. It's all like watercolor as well. And then the last one is another really fine leaf. This one has almost nothing colored in. It's almost all outline. And the back to that is this, which is almost looks like a animal print, but not really. Looks like little leaves. Pat likes monochromatic too, huh? So I'm going to hold up the whole thing so you can see. Obviously, with Stampin' Up, we have more paper in the paper suites. Close to My Heart had weeded it down, pared it down over the years to 6 designs. That was it. Years ago, we did have more in each paper. Like, I think we had 6 and the backs. Then it just got down to 3 in the back, so it was really only 6 designs. But we have a lot more with Stampin' Up, which is fun. It's a nice little variation. I can appreciate the difference. So this paper pack has all these. It's all these different papers. See that? All those designs. Cool, huh? 2 of each one. The backs are different. So you get 12 sheets, but it's 24 designs. That's pretty cool. Okay. Alrighty, so, well, it's 12 designs doubled. Shoot, 24 with the front and back. Yeah, it's 12 designs doubled. So you can use the front and back. Okay. That was Botanical Textures 12 by 12. We're going to move on to this one. This one is Everyday Happiness. Let's open that up. Does it tell me what colors it features? Maybe it has my subtles in it. What do you think? I don't know. Looks kind of subtle. Yes, it does tell me. It uses Gray Granite, Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow, Pecan Pie, Pretty Peacock, Very Vanilla, and Wild Wheat. So it's a whole mixture, but here are the Everyday Happiness papers. So we have this gingham. Is that right? Is that gingham? Pat, can you tell me if that's gingham? I think it's not really like a plaid. It has that woven look to it, like a tablecloth. I think that's called gingham, but I might not be right. The back of that one is the Wild Wheat with this little tiny stars on it. This is all looks very much like fabric. Oh, it looks like I get double of that. So in this particular pack, you get 4 of those. Okay, so it started off like this. 2 and 2. Then we have, oh, this is beautiful. Look at this one. Isn't that fun? Just a wee bit whimsical. You can see the pecan pie color in there, the wild wheat color, Lost Lagoon. Oh, Pat has the wild wheat marker in your bunch. Yeah. Cool. So you can match up with this one. And this is the other side. And this is the one that won me over. Oh yeah, this is doubled again. So in this particular pack, I guess we get 4 of each in this design. This particular print was the one that I just really loved. This side is whimsy, and then these flowers, I just thought they were so beautiful. Okay, so then that again, those 2 again. And then we have this really monochromatic, really simple. Hi, Teresa. We're doing an unboxing, looking at new Stampin' Up! Papers I got in. We're almost done. We've got 2 more paper packs to do. Okay, so that side and this one. Okay, you know me. I'm a fool for watercolor. Look at this. Look at this paper. Can you see how pretty it is? I know my overhead light washes things out a little bit, so hopefully you guys can still see this beautiful wash of color on this paper. And there's 4 of those, so you get this on one side and this on the other, and that's the match up there. So this pack was Everyday Happiness, and if you want to see the whole collection of what it gets, I'm going to try to hold it up here before we move on to the next one. This is kind of messy, but this is, you get the whole kit. This is what you get. Okay, Everyday Happiness. And we have 2 more. This is nothing like getting new paper, right? Getting a box with just gorgeous paper in it. I mean, it's just so happy. It's just never going to be not happy when you're just playing with paper. That's what Missy always says, right? When you're playing with paper, you just got to touch the paper. Makes you happy. Okay, this one's brighter, and I'm going to save it for the big wow at the end because I wanted you guys to see this Everyday You and Me because it matches up with the Everyday Happiness. So the Everyday Happiness kit that I just opened up, that I just showed you guys, this is the, oh my goodness, I can't get in here. There we go. This is the sticker sheet that goes with it. So it kind of expands it into like a scrapbook kit. So I wanted you guys to see that. So remember, these were the papers that we just looked at. Okay, and all those pretty florals and whimsical leaves and whatnot. Okay, and then this is the sticker sheet that goes with it. So you can see the perfect match there, obviously. All right. So the sticker sheet is like our Close to My Heart sticker sheets. They are cardstock thickness. Beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. When you pop them out, the edges are all defined. Of course, it's printed over the edge, so you can't see, but it's they're beautiful when you pop them out. So here's just a little gander. Dream, happiness, pure sweetness, special day, enjoying the moment, and then all these beautiful florals. And I just thought it was really pretty. It looks like beach stuff to me. It looks like vacations. So this is the sticker sheet that goes with it. And I'm highly suspicious that this came over from our art department from Close to My Heart, because this looks exactly like us, like our art department. And you know, they hired Karen Pedersen, the head of our art department with Close to My Heart. They brought her over to Stampin' Up! And so she now works there. And she is helping them mold the products into being more scrapbook friendly because, you know, it was almost all cards. There was very, very little memory keeping. Okay, last one. Here we go. This one is Bloom Impressions. It's really bright. It's a little bright for me, but I just thought I had to try it. Bloom Impressions. This features Azure Afternoon, Blackberry Bliss, Blueberry Bushel, Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Melon Mambo, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop, Pumpkin Pie, and Shy Shamrock. That's a lot of colors, right? Okay, last one of the evening. Bloom Impressions. Okay, so you can see these are more the brights, all right? And we were talking at the beginning of the video about those color families and picking your color family. So obviously Brights is probably be my last one. I think it is called Brights. I can't even tell you right now. I'm so sorry. I'm just still learning all the new lingo. But the color family that's the brightest, there's like a jewel tones kind, and then there's like a really bright. And those would be probably my last 2 favorite. And my first favorite was neutrals. My second was subtles. And then the jewel tone maybe one is the next one. And I think a lot of those are from here. I think there's a brights and a jewel tone please don't quote me. I'm doing a terrible job educating you guys, but I will keep going. I will keep learning and get this to you. Which are the color families? I'm going to have a quiz at retreat and learn them. But anyway, you can see these are a lot of the brighter colors. A lot of those names that weren't, I'm not drawn to as much, so we didn't hear them repeated. So here is this paper pack. And so on this particular set of DSPs, designer series paper, we're back to the 2 and 2. Okay, so you know, some of them, that You and Me kit, because it was part of a scrapbooking kit promotion, I think, it was 4 pages of each, 3 times, 3 sets of 4. And then this one, I think, is back to the 2 pages of each, and so we're getting 12 altogether, different designs. All right, so this one is bright blooms with little stems, very pretty, and then the opposite side is that. Nice watercolor. The next sheet is the purples. I think this is called Petunia Pop, this color. And there's the watercolor in the back of that. Really pretty, huh? Look at those together. Ah, so beautiful. Okay. Then the yellows, and you've got the, did I say Melon Mambo? I think. So this would be that Melon Mambo color, that orange. And the front page of that is the yellows. It's gone out of my mind again. Daffodil, something daffodil. I'm trying to remember the names. I'm going to do a quiz at retreat. We're going to do a quiz. We're going to learn these. I can't remember. Daffodil Delight. That's that color. And then the Melon Mambo is kind of featured on the back. And there's some pumpkin pie in there. You can see the oranges as the accents. And here's another one. This is almost like the first page, but the first page is even more colors. Okay, so the first one, it almost goes through the whole rainbow. Purple, blue, green, pink, red, yellow, orange. Yeah, it's almost the whole rainbow. Well, it is the whole rainbow. This one is super similar. Really a similar concept, but it's only like the pinks, peach, and green. So it doesn't go quite, you know, it doesn't have purples, it doesn't have yellows. It's just a little bit more calm, but it's really similar design. And the back to that one looks like this. Okay. And before we become a pumpkin here, I've got a couple more sheets. This one is probably my favorite. This reminds me of cherry blossoms, and you're looking up in a tree and the light comes through like a tree of blossoms, which will be soon enough because it's turning spring soon. The back of it is like this. Okay. So there's that one. And I don't remember this color name. Flirty Flamingo, probably. No, this is too dark for that. Melon Mambo, Blackberry Bliss, Coastal Cabana, Peach Pie, Petunia Pop. I have some learning to do. I don't know what this color is because Petunia Pop is one of them and Flirty Flamingo is the other. It's got to be Flirty Flamingo. It's got to be Flirty Flamingo. It's just a little darker than I expected because those flamingos, you know, that you see on somebody's yard, they're like lighter. But the real flamingos do have these colors in them. So I think maybe this is Flirty Flamingo, but I will get back to you. I will learn these because one of them is Petunia Pop. But I think Petunia Pop's got to be that purple one. No, that could be Blackberry Bliss. Okay, forget it. I don't know. I'm learning. I have no idea. Okay, last sheet. I'll stop naming them because I'm not doing very well naming them. Is this nice bigger floral? And then the back of it is like a cloud sky. It's not really meant to be sky, but it can definitely give you that impression. The way the watercolor is, so that's the back. So then reviewing this one, I will line those all up together so you can see them. pages are so large. I always like feel like I'm, you know, putting a deck of cards like my hand, and I'm like spreading it out, but the pages are like this big, so it's hard to hold up for you guys. But I like to show it all together so you can see, because you know you want to see the full gamut of what you get here in this pack, which is really a lot of different colors. So here you go. This is called Bloom Impressions. Nope, I gotta show you the other side. Okay, here. Once it gets here, you'll start to see. Okay, there you go. See all those? There's so many varieties. Look at that. I have to peek under so I can see what you guys are seeing. So that's Bloom Impressions. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so some people had said that they would like a evening live, and I know I didn't give any warning. I did it totally off the cuff, but thank you for jumping on with me. And it does seem like I caught more people than we do during the Tuesday live, lunch break live. I had just had to stop and review and realize, you know, what can I have time with my schedule change, so I can't do the Tuesday lunchtime right now on most weeks. So, and people had asked for an evening anyway, so I might be trying to put in an evening, but I don't know right now. I'm just trying to figure out what works, and we're going to be trying some different things this year to see, because this was my first whole year. So we just passed, I think the announcement that Close to My Heart would be closing was February 27th of last year. And that was like doomsday for us. We were all shocked, right? And it closed then by, you know, by April, May, we had certain parts closed, and then the whole company officially shut down June 1st. And of course, by May 1st, I'm signed up with Stampin' Up. So I'm just concluding my first year since the news, and I haven't concluded my first year with Stampin' Up yet, but I have to review things because it's a different company. And I know some of my friends already had a Stampin' Up representative. I just have to learn what works, and I want to learn from that and find out what works best for everyone. So we've done a couple of events, just smaller groups at my house, and I've loved that. That's how I started with Close to My Heart. I started small groups just at my house around my dining room table, creating together. We certainly know the kits are amazing. We have the brown box and we have the paper pumpkin, and they're all inclusive. They have the adhesive in there. They have the embellishments in there. You don't have to stamp, but some of them have stamp sets. And if they have stamp sets, they often have a little ink spot with them. And it's just pretty cool. So I know grabbing a few kits and selling those and just sitting together making cards is just so effortless for us, because we don't have to pull everything out. But I want to know what works and what I have time for in this season of my life. And I do need to get some more orders going, because I just only have maybe 5 or 6 people. And I'm super thankful, because there was a time when it was 1 or 2. And I'm so thankful to each of you who have taken the jump with me, the leap over to Stampin' Up. I'm very, very thankful for each of you. And I just want to make sure my events are working, and also I'm doing the right things for sales and getting product into people's hands. So my retreats aren't going anywhere. That will stay for sure. My product and my offering is a little different, but we're getting more and more scrapbooking things all the time, more of the Close to My Heart things all the time. We've got our flip flaps back, our page protectors back, our two-tone cardstock is back. So we're just going to keep seeing, and this big catalog will be a big deal, because I don't know if there'll be scrapbooking things in it or not. I don't know if it got, you know, catalogs like that and the whole product line are usually several years out. So it'll be interesting to see what got included in this catalog, because they really had to fudge it. Like, they had to get on it to get these scrapbooking things to us. So super thankful for everything Stampin' Up is doing. No complaints there whatsoever. I just have to figure out what events work for you girls, because the ones I posted this past year, we did a calendar and we only had a few people at each event. So I just want to make sure I have enough, you know, I'm in the right location, the right number of people, and catching you guys with what you really want to do and what you really want to craft. So thank you for joining me. It's been lovely. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and we'll see you soon in the next one. Bye-bye.